What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be having a little comparison on these Bred ones. Let's get it. If you guys didn't know, the Bred or banned ones are coming out in about a week. Being that the shoe is extremely iconic and that it's an original colorway, I feel like this sneaker is one of the most anticipated sneakers to drop this year. So far I've seen a whole bunch of reviews on this sneaker, but I haven't seen a lot of comparisons going off the 85, 94, 2001, 2013, and 2016 pairs. If you guys like what I'm doing, make sure to hit that like button for your boy. Let's hit 4,000 on this one and let's get this thing popping. I came up with the idea of this video because I was going through this little book right here called Sneaker Freaker. Shout out to my dude Rollo Tornado Jr. aka Dunks Are Nice on YouTube. He was kind enough to bless me with this book slash magazine, and I was like, man, this guy's collection is crazy. You have the older Dunks, you have the original Jordan somewhere up in here. So that's where it kind of popped in my mind, like, I need to get my boy on this channel. Let's show off a little bit of the gems in his collection. He's going to be doing a quick comparison on the 85 versus the 94 model. So without any further ado, I'm gonna pass it off to Rollo and he's gonna take care of us. Let's go.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Rollo, aka Dunks Are Nice here. I was asked by Alex, SneakerHeadInTheBay, to do a quick comparison with the 85 and 94 Bred ones. Let's get into it. First things first, one obviously being the quality, especially on the rubber soles. On the 85 and 94 pair, the rubber materials used was different and lasted longer compared to the 2001 and the recent retros, where the rubber soles were cheap. It reminds me of a pencil eraser.
Take that! And this!
On the 85 pair, real genuine leather was used and feels great. Smells like a vintage store. Woo! The 85 and the 94 Bred ones, everything was great about it. The shape, the color, and the way they fit. Number two, the collar padding. Now, both the 85 and the 94 pairs had very thin collars. You can see how thin the collars were. In 2001, they have a lot more padding around the collar. And three, over time the materials do break down, which calls for a shoe to be retroed. On the 85 pair, they use actually a leather swoosh, but cracks as you can see. On the 94 pair, they switched it up and made the swoosh nubuck. But over time, due to age, it will crack. With the upcoming Bred, banned ones, whatever you guys want to call or label them as, still an iconic shoe even after 30 years. Otherwise than that, I'm going to go ahead and let Alex talk about the upcoming retro release. Thanks again, Alex, for allowing me to be part of your channel. I really appreciate it. I do vlogs as well as sneaker related videos such as unboxing, pickup videos, sneaker related events with my taste to it. Take David Got Kicks and Alex's homie and my friend Mike, a Sneaker Life's word for it.
You got some dope vlogs, bro. Keep it up.
Thanks again, guys. Really appreciate it. And as always, it's gonna be good.
Huge shout out to Rollo for coming through. Make sure to check him out in the description down below. He has a crazy collection, and most importantly, he has a ton of dope videos for you guys to watch. So make sure to subscribe to the homie. Since he already compared the 85 to the 94s, I'm about to show you a little bit of the differences that I noticed from the 94 going to 2001. Oh, and by the way, this isn't my pair of 01s. Shout out to my boy David Got Kicks. We have the homies pair up in the mix. Check out his channel as well. He has a ton of great content. Thank you for coming through, letting me borrow these for the comparison. As Rollo mentioned, the inner collar on the 94s and the 85s was super thin, but for some reason in 2001 they decided to switch it up. They went with this super thick padding. This padding reminds me of the SB Dunks. If you guys haven't had Nike SBs before, the inner collar is always thickly padded. Now SB stands for skateboarding for you guys that don't know, so they wanted to make sure that you had extra comfort whenever you were on the board or just doing your own thing in general. In my personal opinion, I like the thick padding. This gives it a feel that like they actually cared about the comfort. So the 2001 takes it, in my opinion, as far as this thick padding goes. You'll see how it changes as time goes on, but in my opinion, 2001s had the best padding. They stuck with the same nubuck for the swooshes, but one of the differences that you might be able to notice is that the red on the 2001 pair pops way more than the 94 and the 85s. I was watching my boy Richie Lee's video and he mentioned that he really likes the red on these 2001s, and I have to agree with him. This red really pops, it's very eye-catching, and it's a little bit different compared to the other Bred ones. Another very small difference is those little tabs at the back of the shoe. One is a little bit thin and then the other one gets a little bit thicker over time. Those are the main differences I was able to see with these pairs. And I also forgot to mention, in the 2001s you're able to see how many pairs are made and what your pair was. That's pretty much it for these two. A little bit of changes here and there, but nothing too crazy. Let's move on and compare it to the 2013 model. These are the 2013s and these are the 2001s. The red is changing a little bit again. This one looks a little bit washed out. This one is still popping. It's on point. The Wings logo is a lot more glossy. It's not that flat black that we're used to seeing on the 2001s. And we're introduced to the leather swoosh again. I prefer the leather swoosh because it seems to last a little bit longer than this nubuck does. This nubuck tends to dry out and cracks over time, and this leather will eventually, but it lasts a little bit longer than this nubuck. Here we go with the padding change again, man. Say bye to the SB padding from the 2001s, moving to the 2013s, you're able to see that they do incorporate a little bit more padding than the 85s and 94s, but not as much as the 2001s. So they found a middle ground between that and they used it on the 2013s, and honestly it's not bad. The smooth leather stayed about the same and the back parts changed just a little bit with that stitching. You see the 2 stitches on the back going on the 2001 pair, and then on the 2013 you're able to see that it's only red stitching. And finally, what you've been waiting for, we have the 2016 Bred / Band ones. It may not seem like it, but they took a whole new approach with this one, starting off with that tumbled leather going on the toe box, swoosh, back of the heel, and up by the ankle. And speaking of new approach, do you guys notice that the red is a little bit different? If we compare this red to any of the reds that I showed on the previous Bred ones, you'll probably be able to notice that it's a little bit darker. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. Jordan Brand knocked it out of the park on this one. They did not cut any corners with the materials. This is very soft leather. If I had to compare this leather with anything, it would have to be with the shattered backboard ones. I'm sure you already heard about the materials that they use on that sneaker, and I have to say, man, these are about the same thing. This is what you call that A1 steak sauce. By the way, if you guys are wondering how I got my pair early, I want to give a big shout out to FineLine1721. You can go ahead and check out his website and his Instagram. The link will be down below in the description. I recommend him for all the early releases. I haven't had any issues with him. He is a solid and legit seller. When it comes to early releases, you got to be extremely careful with who you do business with, and FineLine1721 has my approval. As far as the fit goes on this, I would go true to size. It fits perfectly in my opinion. The only thing that I would change is this white insole. I just don't like white insoles. I don't care if that is as original as it gets, but the white just doesn't do it for me. That's how you see like the sweat stains from your feet and all that gross stuff. And probably the inside of the tongue I would change as well if I had the chance to, but you know, it's all good. One of my favorite Jordans ever. If I had to wear one shoe for the rest of my life, it would have to be this one right here. That's about it, guys. I just wanted to show you a little bit of differences that I was able to notice as the shoes released over time. If you guys have a moment, comment down below with your favorite year of the release. Do you like this one, the 85s, 94s, 2001s, or 2013s more? Let me know in the comments section down below and why. Again, thank you to my dudes Rolo and David. All their info will be down below. Make sure to subscribe to them and show them love, and I'll catch you guys next time, alright? It's your boy Sneakerhead in the Bay. I'm out. Peace.